Maybe I should commit to getting a Connor Brown jersey, regardless of if he gets a hat trick or not. The Edmonton Oilers find a way to come out on top 3-2 in overtime against the St. Louis Blues. Now, Connor Brown, he was my player to watch in my pregame report. That was his first goal in 22 games. And coming into tonight, he had 1 assist in his last 13 games. He had been struggling. To be honest, I don't even know if he was supposed to be on the ice in overtime. I feel like he jumped out there when it was supposed to be Zach Hyman, and I bet Chris Knobloch was yelling at him to get back, but Connor Brown's like, no, sorry, Chris, I got a job to do, and that's win this hockey game. And for Blues fans, obviously, number 1, GG's. Number 2, I know a lot of you are going to come in and ask my thoughts on the non-call in overtime. To that, I will point to the Braden Shen non-call on Zach Hyman in the third period before the Blues scored the go-ahead goal to make it 2-1. All's fair in love and war. All's fair in game management by NHL officiating. And of course, the Oilers, they had an opportunity to really build on this lead throughout the game. They had that 1-0 lead heading to the third period. They had 3 power plays before St. Louis got there first, and Edmonton was unable to convert on their other 2 opportunities. Of course, the Oilers did score on their first power play of the night. Hello, everyone. My name is Austin. If you end up enjoying this post-game fan reaction, make sure to smash the like button. And if you want to see more and you're not yet subscribed to the channel, make sure to subscribe to the channel as we climb towards 5,000 subscribers, which is incredible that we're even talking about 5,000 subscribers. We've only been doing this for just over a year now, so your support means the absolute world to me. Now, before I get into the meat and potatoes of the post-game reaction and discussion of the Oilers and Blues, I just need to say for the Edmonton Oilers, and this is directed at the Oilers organization, I need you to just win a normal hockey game. Just once, please. For my own health, my own sanity, why can't this team specifically just get a few goals, have a nice, comfortable lead in the third period? Yeah, maybe you give up 1 or 2, but you walk away into the sunset with a 4-2 win or just something. The Edmonton Oilers recently, it feels like every single game, they either get behind and they have to try and claw their way back, or they get a lead and then they blow it and then it goes to overtime and then it's just cardiac the whole time. And again, it's not even cardiac kids anymore with the Edmonton Oilers. This is the cardiac vets because they are the oldest team in the NHL, or maybe second oldest. Them in Pittsburgh. I can't remember who's older. But at the end of the day, the Oilers, they gained 2 points on the Vegas Golden Knights. So Edmonton is now 2 points up in the Pacific Division in first place with that game in hand, because Vegas also lost their game tonight against the Islanders. The Golden Knights are absolutely floundering right now, and the Edmonton Oilers have a massive opportunity to keep climbing and keep building that lead in the Pacific. Not that a Pacific Division title is what the team wants, and it's not what all fans want. A lot of fans, they're happy, just get into the postseason and then anything can happen. I get that. But this is important to me because the Oilers, to have home ice advantage as long as possible throughout the entire postseason, that is important to me. Statistically, that is a good thing, whether, you want to talk about a President's Trophy curse or not. I don't subscribe to that stuff, personally. That's just me. For the Oilers, huge win. It wasn't looking great halfway through that third period, but for the most part, I did like Edmonton's play. They did control a lot of the play, especially that first period. Corey Perry, man, I know there's a lot of talk about why he's on that first line. Should he even be on the first line? He had so many glorious opportunities in that first period. I think he had 1.5 expected goals just individually on his own in that first period. He could have had a couple, could have buried a couple. He did not, unfortunately. But for the Edmonton Oilers as a team, again, this was a solid effort. First game of a back-to-back. And the St. Louis Blues, this is a Jim Montgomery coach hockey team. So even though the Blues are not doing well in terms of where their playoff positioning is, they're not even in a playoff spot. They're 7 points out, maybe 6 tonight after the OT loss. Jim Montgomery coach teams. I've seen a lot of it. I saw it in Boston. They are very, very difficult to play against, and you can't take these teams lightly. I'm not saying that the Oilers do take teams below them lightly, but the St. Louis Blues specifically, I did talk about it in my pregame report, how hard the Blues play Edmonton, how hard it is for the Oilers to beat St. Louis, even though they have come out on top now 2 straight games this season. They won 4-2 earlier at Rogers Place this year, now 3-2 tonight. But St. Louis, they are an absolute menace to try and deal with, and I'm just happy that Edmonton's able to come out with the 2 points and then go into Chicago tomorrow and hopefully build, like I said, keep building on that lead in the Pacific Division. Edmonton tomorrow has a chance to go go 4 points up on Vegas with that game in hand. Of course, tomorrow they will be tied for games played, but if you're up by 4 points, that would be terrific. Now, let's kind of discuss where this game was, how it got started. We'll do the NHL Edge visualizer for the goals for Edmonton, and then we'll kind of wrap things up. So Connor McDavid, he got things started on the power play in the second period, 5.5 minutes in. The Oilers were absolutely buzzing. This was a great power play. They had a couple looks. Draisaitl had just missed the net. It came to Evan Bouchard, comes to McDavid, top of the circle. He just rifles the one. He uses Hyman as a screen in front and Broberg, it looked like, and he just roofs it over Jordan Binnington's glove. And then the St. Louis Blues, they're able to get a power play goal of their own 5 minutes into the third period. Off a call that I didn't agree with. Matthias Ekholm, he hit Braden Shen, and I didn't agree with the call. They called it interference. I don't think it was. The pass would have hit Shen. He let it go through his feet, and Matthias Ekholm perfectly timed his body check, but the refs called the penalty anyways. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, the Oilers get the win. If they had lost, I would have complained a lot more. But again, I was talking throughout the whole visualizer. So we'll play it one more time for everyone. Here is St. Louis. They're moving it around. Comes to the point. Dylan Holloway with the shot. At back door, they can't bury it. But then Jordan Kyrou on the other side. Stuart Skinner just couldn't figure out where his rebound control was. The puck was behind him. By the way, Stuart Skinner played a good game. He had his breakaway save, I believe, in that second period. So good for Stu. Good bounce back game for him, in my opinion. I thought he played strong overall. And then Colton Parayko, he put the team ahead with about 11 minutes left in the second period. Puck was behind the net, comes to the half wall, and then it comes across to Parayko. He one times it past Stuart Skinner, and that's what teams do. That's what teams have to do against Edmonton to score consistently, especially against Stuart Skinner, because we've talked about Stu's lateral movement, his ability to move from right to left or left to right. It's not very good, and obviously the St. Louis Blues capitalized on that. However, the Oilers, just like against Toronto, they pull the goalie. Leon Draisaitl gets his pass from Connor McDavid, and he absolutely rifles it and ties the game, and this one counted. Don't take this one back, folks. The Edmonton Oilers had the net pulled. Draisaitl, he absolutely rifles it past Binnington, and then Corey Perry. I'm not going to show it because I can't show actual footage, or the NHL will come after me. Corey Perry, he's just trash talking the crap out of Binnington after Draisaitl tied it, and it's so funny to me. I love what Corey Perry has brought to the team this season. I love that he's trash talking another team's goalie, and it's a tie game, right? The Oilers didn't take the lead late. It's a tie game. St. Louis could have used that as fuel to go down and score against Edmonton. Luckily, they did not. And then, of course, in overtime, with the Edge visualizer, you had Connor Brown step onto the ice when Draisaitl stepped off, and then Evan Bouchard, nice little dangle. He finds a way. Look at that little dangle. He passes it back to McDavid. McDavid walks right in the middle, and then he feeds it across to Connor Brown, who gets the game winner, and you absolutely love to see that for Connor Brown, his first goal in 22 games. Like I said, I'm pretty sure Brownie stepped onto the ice when it was supposed to be Zach Hyman. Obviously, I'm kidding. I know Connor Brown was tapped on the shoulder. He would not have jumped on the ice if he was not supposed to. And for Chris Knobloch, that's a pretty interesting choice to make. One of those coaches' hunches where he can take credit for that and be like, hey, I just had a hunch. Because I don't think I've ever seen Connor Brown play in overtime. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he has had shifts in 3-on-3 overtime with the Edmonton Oilers. But I don't remember it personally. So if he has played in overtime before in the past with this team, someone's got to let me know in the comment section. Speaking of the comment section, please let me know your thoughts on this game. Overall, your thoughts as we get closer to the Four Nations. And of course, I am adjusting the audio with this microphone. It is the same microphone I've been using for about a year now. It is just hooked up to an XLR mixer. So again, this is a work in progress. If I need to tweak things, if I need to turn the gain down, turn the gain up. I had someone mention that it sounds a little tinny, and I've been trying to work on it. I can't quite hear it in my own headphones, so maybe that's just a me thing. And at the end of the day, everyone's support has been amazing, so thank you for the constant likes, the subscribes. It's incredible to be part of this community, and you all absolutely deserve to watch this team over here, I'm pointing to the right team over here, win every single night, because you are all amazing. Thank you so much, Oil Country. I'm going to wrap things up. I will have a pregame report ready for the Chicago Blackhawks game tomorrow morning. And then tomorrow night, of course, the Oilers play Chicago. I can't guarantee I'll do a live stream. I will let everyone know either on Twitter or in the Discord server if I'm going to go live tomorrow or not. That is probably about a 50-50. Kind of like tonight. I didn't go live tonight, unfortunately. I just didn't have the energy that I need to have to give you guys the best content possible. Thank you all for tuning in. Make sure you tell someone that you love them before you head to bed tonight. And as always, fight like a kid. Fight like Ben. Let's go Oilers. We'll see you tomorrow for the pregame against the Chicago Blackhawks.